looks like our popcorn's evolving.
It's growing stuff.
What's...
Popping candy. Oh gosh,
What?
man, I haven't had that since I was a kid.
Fantastic. Oh, melon?
Blueberry.
Oh.
Oh.
Look, there's fucking loads of it.
What? Oh, like mini packets with it. Oh, right. Oh, I see. Right, I see.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed, buddy. Oh, they're like turquoise.
I'll trade you a melon for a blueberry. There's a little gleam at all there.
No.
Do you remember when these were they tried to ban these, didn't they? There was that urban legend about some kid having swallowed them without letting them pop, and they popped in his stomach, and his stomach exploded.
Oh god, yeah.
See, why hasn't put that in a horror movie yet, huh? That one's better than the melon, I think.
Let's see if I concur.
Oh, what else we got?
Well, the melon's not bad flavour, but I see what you mean. I think the blueberry's better.
I'm going to go for some mango. Where do you think these came from, anyway? Do you think we did? Do you think they think that we did a good job then last time?
But I guess maybe
Try some mango. Try some mango. I mean, you know, it's been a bit of a weird month, hasn't it? Obviously, we had Subway.
Oh yeah.
And then we had nothing.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't think either of us noticed last time that we had popcorn back again.
Oh yes. Oh, I missed it.
I mean, do you reckon do you think it is some kind of psychological torture, or?
Ah.
Oh.
Ah. That's very mango. I'm still preferring the blueberry.
I don't know. If I was a more pessimistic kind of chap, I'd probably say maybe somebody's trying to, fatten us up or something. I think we should put these back.
Maybe movie.
Hello, it is Friday. Apparently, the last Friday of the month.
Ooh, would you think it?
So you'll have to tell us in the real world whether March this year is going out like a lion or a lamb, as the old saying goes.
Not familiar with that one.
Have you never heard that one?
No.
March, it's supposed to be in like a lion, out like a lamb, or vice versa.
Oh, right, okay.
With regards to the weather.
The weather, of
Yes.
course. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah.
Either way, hello, it is Friday, as I said. My name is Max.
Oh, and my name is possibly Sam.
One would hope so.
One would hope so.
You're not a life model decoy, are you?
How would I know?
Well, if I stab you with something...
Don't life model decoys die?
Yeah, but they kind of bleed oil, don't they? Or that was my thinking. I wasn't going to go that far. I mean, unless you're getting that
see if I bleed oil. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. Unless you're getting
Please don't.
so tired of being it that you prefer to death.
Just going to stab each other around a bit.
Anyway, this is Maybe Movies. So this month what we've been doing is we've been taking two great films. In this case we're looking at Slither and Evolution. And we're saying we can make one movie out of their constituent parts.
See if it works.
Yes. So far, yeah, again, it's one of those ones... Well, we'll talk more about it at the end, once we get to our wrap-up bit at the end.
Yeah.
I think I've got some ideas how, if we do this again, we may want to alter slightly what we'd have coming into it.
Yeah, I think we need to alter the initial premise somehow.
Yeah. Well, I think... Oh, no, at the end.
At the end.
Before we go any further, before we launch into Act 3 of what is now being called Stage 2... Quick shout out for a recent friend. He's a recent friend to people that we follow on the channel, but he's a friend from the UK Tubers Facebook group.
Okay, yes.
So it's a guy called James who runs, and his channel is called World -1 Entertainment.
Okay.
and he does gameplay, live let's play videos. Quite a bit of kind of like classic and old, sort of defunct games.
Oh, nice.
I was watching him playing Final Fury as one of the recent ones that he's done.
Okay, right.
And getting very lots of game rage.
Yeah, well, the older the game, the more rage there will be involved.
Exactly. But yeah, it's a great channel, great guy. Do check it out. There'll be a link below and a link up in the top corner as well. If you were with us last time, then you will know that we managed to kind of smush these two together. So we've got Act 2 for Stage 2 by combining or having the end of Act 2 scenes from both Slither and Evolution running parallel with each other.
Yes.
So that we go into Act 3 with a bang and all hell breaking loose.
This is where it needs to, because at the moment we've basically zippered the two plots together.
Yes.
You know, give or take a couple of scenes, we've just zippered the two movies together.
And key characters, yeah.
I'm really concerned that we're not doing anything original here. We really need to do something interesting with this act, or I'm going to declare it a failure from my point of view. Agreed. But I think it's going to it will do regardless, simply because of Wiggly Worms. The Wiggly Worms will make such a difference. The Wiggly Worms will make a difference, yes, I do believe so. Because this is all going to accelerate rather rapidly.
Of course, because you're going to have the military trying to evacuate everybody ready for the napalm.
Yes.
While at the same time the town is being attacked by Wiggly Wiggly Worms.
Whilst being attacked by Wiggly Wiggly Worms, yes. And if the Wiggly Wiggly Worms get far enough, they may infect the blue monkeys.
I thought we said that they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah. Yeah, but they can try and infect them.
They can try and infect them.
I feel like we should show them trying. Where there should be the two types of monsters should meet. Otherwise,
there's no point in doing what we've done.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree.
So I think
100%.
at least one or two of the Wiggly Worms should get into the tunnels or get into the facility and go for the blue monkeys, but just
because
be
the blue
spat
monkeys
out or whatever, or chomped on or something.
I've always thought in Evolution that the blue monkeys were underused. So obviously they jump out of the thing and then they go back in.
Yeah.
But if there's another exit, they should have discovered that and have exited through the cave system themselves. So I think we have more blue monkeys, basically.
Yeah.
I think we should see more of them than we actually did in Evolution. They found the gap that Ira and that come into.
Yeah.
And have started exploring the woods themselves.
Okay, yes, I see what you mean. And then there's an encounter.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously the response to the Slither Worms is, from the townsfolk, is going to be no different. We're still going to get lots of people being taken over.
Yes.
It's going to be a little bit different when the military get involved. Yes, some of them will, but the military, they're going to react quicker.
Are they? I mean, what we could say is that there might be a few soldiers, but the sheer numbers of people in the town compared to the numbers of people in Slither's town, they're not going to be able to take over the entire population. Mm-hmm. And in fact, they even say that his plan is some people will be wombs, other people will be the zombies, they'll be taken over, others will be consumed.
Yeah.
I'm saying a few soldiers should be, just because things are down fast, and let's face it, what soldier is actually trained to deal with slugs that eat your brain?
Yeah, that's true.
Just the sheer numbers of people in town and the sheer number of soldiers in town means that not
everyone's going to get...
Not nearly everyone.
No, because we're all getting from one womb here, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
The start of the act then is the aftermath of what happened at the end of Act 2. So you'd have Alison join the team and they head back to town. While you'd still have all of the stuff with Bill and Starla and those who survived, the womb bursting, Carly's family and all of that.
Yes. It'll be more condensed because we need things to sort of move a bit more quickly.
Of course.
And we don't want to make a 4-hour movie.
No, exactly. But also when Harry and that get back to town, you have the big party.
It's the end of the world party when the town is being evacuated.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all. Yeah,
this is all happening now, which again is going to put loads of people on the street. So again, that puts loads of more people in danger for the Slitherworms.
Yes.
Now, this is the one thing where I know earlier on we said we get rid of Deke and Danny. Do we need them now? Because of Selenium.
I was wondering if it would come to that, but because of the way we've laid out this plot, it's going to. But it's not. It depends what happens in the next couple of scenes, because the military is planning on napalming everything.
Yeah.
But suddenly there's this new threat. Now they've got zombies on the streets, and some of their own soldiers have been taken over.
Yeah. Is
that going to derail their plans? In which case, it won't be them versus the superorganism. It will be them versus the blue monkeys, really.
Yeah.
You know.
It's interesting as well that you've got on one side you've got the aliens that can't be killed by fire, on the other side they can.
Yeah. This is what I mean. You know, this is what. See, we could have one where, like, one would trigger the other.
Mm.
But that... we were going for an AVP concept with things caught in the middle, and we're being beholden to the plot again.
But no, I think we should go back to what you just said there. I think then what you get is if you're saying that there's a lot more blue monkeys and a lot more creatures coming out of the caves, so you've got the military trying to take care of them from one side, whilst they're also trying to set up for the napalm. And that's encroaching on the town from one side, and then you've got the zombies from the other side.
Yes.
Bill and those that survive trying to get ahead, because they're now trying to get to town to probably speak to Ira and Harry, because they're the only two people that they think might be able to help.
Yeah, alright, okay.
So they're scientist blokes, they know about shit. This is the one time where Bill has to go, yeah, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah,
these two guys, they're the brain boxes, maybe we should go and speak to them. Whilst running this gauntlet of zombies coming in.
Yeah, because obviously in this scenario it's not the entire taking, but the town has been partially deserted because of the evacuation, so we've got a similar sort of a situation. The people that are in town are zombies.
Yeah. We still get the scene with Harry and Ira when they get back to the thing and he throws the match and we get the reveal of what happens, how they react to fire.
Can we say that's part of the conversation that he's having with Bill, like during the same scene? Just so that we can dent it a little more, because I already feel like we've got a 2-hour movie here at least.
Well, my suggestion was going to be, there's like a moment of downtime, which is while that happens, which is while Bill and that are in the car trying to get back to town. So they haven't got back there. You've got the party going on outside. They get the thing about the fire, and then you get loads of screams from outside because the worms or the zombies have just hit the edge or started to reach the party, and Bill still isn't there yet. Or do you want to lump them in all together already?
I feel like it should be the other way around, that Bill should get there before the zombies do, trying to explain to them. They're like, whatever. Harry does his, throws his match, and then
you get the thing.
In the middle of their, like, I'm zombies.
And they're like, what? And then you get the screaming from outside after that. So this all happens
all at once. Lots of chaos. I want chaos.
Okay.
We need to break out. We need to break out of this cage we put ourselves in. We want chaos. So it's all going to happen at once.
Lovely. So then, do we want to say at this point then that they've still got the shotguns that they had from the mall?
Yes.
So at least our guys are armed.
Yes.
Fantastic.
They took the guns away from them, but our plot has different requirements. What?
We get a bit of a running battle or whatever as they're trying to get out of the classroom. You've got zombies coming in.
Trying to save people, doing
all
this stuff, being heroic.
We just get one, either like Deke or Danny, comes staggering along as a zombie.
Yeah.
But he's been washing his hair. He's holding a bottle of Head and Shoulders, and he obviously got caught at home or something, and he's got the bottle of Selenia of Head and Shoulders.
As long as it's only one of them, because we still need one to know about the selenium.
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
Unless we do our thing where the slugs can actually infect the aliens after time by figuring out how to do it. They still need to get rid of the bad guys. They're still going to need that. Unless we end on a down or a bum note.
We'll see how this goes. So you'll have... So again, we'd have had a little bit with the governor, but obviously you'll still have... Woodman would probably still be okay because he's at the back directing everything.
Yeah.
Getting all ready for the napalm. I mean, we could even just say... No, because the military, anyone would have radioed back that we're under attack here from something else.
Yeah.
So he would then mobilise his forces to go and take care of that.
But also delaying the napalming, which is what we want. We want to get rid of the napalm.
Well, that was supposed to be it's the next day, isn't it? So it's midday the next day, so there's time for it.
Oh, yeah. But everything he has to do in town is going to push back the operation because he has to divert forces away from the actual thing.
You could even have a scene where they're trying to get away from the school and get away from the zombies, and then you just get blue monkeys attacking the zombies.
Oh, yeah.
So they're inadvertently helping them.
Yeah. Which just gives the soldiers even more reasons to have to come into town because the blue monkey attack.
Yeah, and you can have, as you say, worms trying to get into the monkeys and then just...
the implication was that around about that point, that's the whole point of the thing, the beastie in the mall, is that they were acclimatising to oxygen.
Yes.
And the monkeys need to acclimatise to oxygen and just get the fuck out of the caves.
Yeah.
It needs to happen.
Are we going to lose any of the evolution people here then to worms?
It's one of those...
Because again, obviously Slither is pretty unforgiving about who survives.
Yeah, well, we've already ditched most of the supporting cast at this point. Yes. They're all zombies.
Yeah, so we've literally got...
Once again, I was assuming certain things were taken for granted.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I think the only people we've got left at the minute is Ira, Harry, Bill, Starla, Kylie, and Wayne.
Yeah,
basically all the people that we've got left.
And obviously one of either Danny or Dwight just for the
selenium. Yeah,
we still technically need Wayne
for the fire engine if we're still going to go that way. But obviously, if we're not going to go that way...
Well, you see, no,
we don't
I'm
need it.
trying to avoid that fate, because that's once again, he's back in the trap.
In which case, we can afford to lose Wayne as a zombie.
I'm of the point where, like, this is probably going to happen before it ever gets that far.
Yeah.
You know, before the military is ever ready to do their napalm strike,
Mm-hmm.
things have just gotten way too far out of hand. You know, so the story has to be resolved in some other fashion.
Are we going to have to go with the Night of the Living Dead ending? Or Return of the Living Dead ending? Where they just nuke the town?
And you say, well, no, if we nuke the town, that's fire again. I mean, they should discuss it.
Well, they would have figured out by this point, because of the information that Carly has, that if they kill Grant, they can end one side of it.
That's true.
Which would create a great bit of tension, because Ira and Harry would be like, Ira in particular, that makes no scientific sense. Why would that be the case?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to them.
They'll be trying to turn their focus to finding out where Grant is. Are we still having Starla kidnapped, or are we just not going to go with that at all?
No, we should have Starla kidnapped. We've got to raise the stakes. I'm going to say that the police station has been utterly looted of useful shit, and that they need to get back to the military to get the equipment they need to blow him up. Because I want to create some tension and interaction with the military here.
Yeah.
So they've got to have a kind of a running battle across town to get to the military.
Why? Part of me wants to say that they get help from, I don't know if they would, from an intelligent blue monkey.
I like the idea, but I don't see where the help would come from.
We help you get rid of that, and we negotiate a truce.
I don't know. I feel like that's pushing it a little.
Okay, it could be an aberration. He's the first one to have developed intelligence and understands there is a threat to both of them.
Like, I can understand, like, if they end up with some communication with some simple gestures.
Yeah.
But complex things like an alliance or a truce is, I think, a bit beyond what we're asking of these monkeys.
Okay, when Starla is kidnapped, these zombies that are trying to get the rest of the team to either turn them into worms or whatever, there's a blue monkey attack, and they in the process of which they save the blue monkey, and they kind of save each other. So there's a mutual kind of, you helped me, I helped you, so it tags along with them.
I like that, but maybe the monkey doesn't tag along with them. The monkey knows where they took Starla.
Yes. Yeah, like it.
So it can guide them.
Yes.
That would work. There, now we're doing something new here.
Yes, finally.
We're getting there, folks. We're doing something new here. Okay.
As we said from the beginning, it's a complete different change from what we normally do, so it's going to take a while for us to break out of our normal way of thinking. So
Yeah.
like it.
Because monkeys are still meat to the beasties.
Yeah.
And the zombies can still spit acid at them just like they can at the normal humans.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's gonna F them up pretty bad, you know.
We should have a scene where, like, a load of the zombies are kind of chasing them through the woods, and then we just get that big tree thing just goes, home, and just eats one of them.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it.
But yes, so they get back to the military base, which is probably the better defended place.
Yeah.
Because it is on the other side of town. Again, as you say, they'll have to fight through zombies trying to attack the military base. They're going to have to explain to Woodman what the hell's going on and what they're up against.
Yeah.
Don't worry about Blue Monkey, he's helping. Give us what we need. You know, our back's up against it here.
Yeah.
He's probably already been onto the Pentagon and trying to get more people out there, but it's going to be...
All right, so you know that scene in the third act of Evolution when, like, the governor's there and everything's going tits up and he's kind of... The general's going,
Yes.
I kind of feel like this is the moment to have that scene.
Yeah, it is, because he's completely... it's out... Yeah, he doesn't know how
It's
to
completely
react.
out because his control, because it's a huge factor that he never do anything about.
Yeah,
Right?
okay, I like that. So they'll literally just walk all over and say, right, we're taking this.
Yeah, and, like, have the governor back him up or something like that.
Absolutely. So again, we get another, or we'll probably just cut to them. Ooh. Oh, no. Blue Monkey. He's guiding them. Can they grab a chopper to get them to Grant's house?
Alright, hang on. So who do we need to take? We need Bill,
Harry,
and Ira.
Would they still take Carly with them, or would they leave her there with the military? Unless she insists on going because they killed her family.
Yeah.
Have we lost Wayne at this point as well? Did we say we were going to lose Wayne?
Oh. Yeah, I think the running battle on the way to the base.
It's going to be we lose Wayne there.
Yeah, we lose Wayne, I think.
Okay. So what I would then like to suggest is just hint at a possible connection between, not any previous connection, but a fondness between Wayne and Carly, which when he dies, again, gives her another impetus to want to stay with them, to get revenge. Unless she already has got enough because of a family.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I think that's a nice idea. It gives us a nice little layer of relationships in there, you know, like an onion. I'm just thinking how many people we should take along at the end there. So it sounds like we're talking about Bill, Ira, Harry, and Kylie.
Yes. I mean, if we want to, we could have his Woodman second in command, Stephen from Dawn of the Dead. They can send a few troops with them to act as support.
My problem is the blue monkey.
Oh.
The blue monkey who knows where everything is.
Yes.
See, I've got this image in my head that I'm afraid of. I'll just explain it to you. You remember Gremlins 2?
Yeah.
Really funny film.
Yeah.
But there's a bit when there was the smart gremlin.
Yes,
and he was so much smarter than everybody else.
You're right, I remember. And it does completely it jars with the rest of the film, yeah.
That was a wackaday comedy. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But in this movie, I feel like there's a limit to how far we can stretch credulity, because otherwise, I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's like we said at the beginning, you know, the evolution side of the comedy might go that far. If they decided to write it that way,
yeah.
It could have gone in that direction.
I think what you said...
the Slither side of things is making it a little more serious. And
yes,
it feels like we should be more grounded.
I agree. I still like the idea that it's a mutual thing, that it understands where things are, can guide them, but nothing more than that. That's like the limit of its intelligence goes. I agree.
So maybe would they use the helicopter to get them a part way into the town, you know, like 3/4 of the way into town, and then they have to be dropped off because the monkey has to point them to directly where it's going.
Or we could ditch the helicopter altogether and just say they take a Hummer. They've got military Hummers there.
All right.
That's going to be easier. They stay on the ground.
Yes.
They're protected.
Yeah. Okay.
They've got they've got armament then. They can get to where they're going there. You could even have, okay, well, we're going to take a couple of other Hummers with you, or a couple of Jeep or something full of soldiers that can get taken out on the way there.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
That gets us to the house.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, this is sort of like partially the denouement. So how do we want to play this? I mean, they've been equipped by the military, so they've got more than one grenade.
Yes,
let's be honest here.
I mean, if we want to, we can say they've got a rocket launcher.
Well, you see, this is the thing, because I mean, obviously, that ending of Slither happens as a character piece.
Yeah,
and this is now part of a much bigger picture. Do we need to waste that much time on the end of the Slitherites?
True.
Because they'll still have to deal with the evolution beasties
afterwards. They will still have to deal with that afterwards.
So do we want to make this short and sweet?
I think we do. I mean, the only thing that's going to stretch this out is them knowing what's happened to Starla and getting her out safely. But even that doesn't matter because the explosion happens in the house anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not that big an explosion. So you could do it that they come in from one side while if any of the military do make it to the house, they distract the zombies so they all go one way so they can sneak in the other side and try and save Starla.
Yes, okay, yeah.
I mean, we could even have it that Ira doesn't go, that the only reason that they agree to help them is that Ira stays and helps them figure out the problem with the evolution monsters.
Alright, yeah.
So we could have him and... Because again, sorry, we forgot Alison again.
Oh,
so
yeah, Alison just disappeared under the cracks there.
So we can have him and Alison stay behind to try and figure it out, which is where you get the thing with the selenium with the periodic table on the t-shirt.
Okay, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, good point. Good call. Yeah.
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 Sorry, I think that's both of us again because we've been doing some really good stuff here. Sorry, I'm not just going to take one if I don't think that way.
Thank you.
So yeah, so we get Harry goes with them because he wants to help them out. We get the ending, as you say. We can play that downplay that a bit with Slither.
Yeah.
Once they see all the zombies drop, that's kind of Woodman's kind of cue to go, excellent, everything's back under control. Go with the napalm, even though he's still got Ira and Alison trying to work on it. They haven't quite come up with anything yet, but he says let's go with it anyway.
Right, you see, this is going against everything that I was saying earlier on. We need a different ending. I don't know if it's anticlimactic or not, but I was thinking we could do like an Agent Orange, where you have the bit like, and you wanted to have the helicopters earlier on, we have the helicopters, but instead of spraying Agent Orange, they're spraying Head and Shoulders all over the woods. So you get all the monsters.
Yeah, so you get them all groovily and... Yeah, I like it.
And then it's just whatever's left in the caves.
Yes.
Which almost, I feel like that's almost like we could end it there. Like, job's not quite finished, but they know what to do.
If we wanted to emulate Slither and have the post-credit scene, instead of the cat getting infected, it's one of the families that was evacuated, like in a station wagon or something, and there's a worm in amongst all of their luggage in the back of the station wagon, and they've gone to another town.
Oh, there we go. I like that. That's nice. Sort of open-ended, but tied up with a bow at the same time.
Yes, absolutely. Phew. Okay, just so 2 seconds as we normally do, just to kind of consider our what we've done here. So I've got 3.
Oh, numbers, right? Yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so I'll go first, isn't it? It's
yes,
lowest first. As we've said repeatedly through this one, it's difficult to break out the plots of the original films.
It's a lot harder than you think it is.
Yes, in fact, yeah. Technically, we only really did it in this act. Again, with this, everything that we've done over this month, as a kind of a initial kind of treatment on how this film could look. With further development, I think it could work. As it stands, I think it's hit and miss. This, there needs to be a lot of streamlining that goes on, but I think it has the potential to be a film.
I think it has the potential to be a film. This is our first time, and I'm giving us a break on that basis alone. The first 2 acts, we basically zippered 2 plots together.
Yeah.
But I think with a lot of work and a lot of effort, we've managed to make something different happen in the 3rd act, and that's what's important.
Yes.
It may have started the same, but they've ended differently. So I'm willing to give it a break on that basis. But I agree with you. I think it needs further work. We would have to go back over. We'd need a 3rd, 4th, 5th draft of this.
Exactly.
Before we were actually ready to shoot it.
Yeah.
I think we succeeded at the end, but only at the end.
Only at the end, yeah.
In what we set out to do.
Which is what I was sort of alluding to earlier on today. Was saying, I think if we're going to do this again,
yes,
I think we need to have a sit down before we start the cameras rolling and go define which characters that we want to keep.
Yeah.
To start with, to save time there, and also what key elements from each story do we absolutely need to keep in the film.
Yeah.
And then
everything else could be thrown out the window, and we just take whatever comes.
Yeah, I think that'll make it a lot easier for us going forward.
I think you're right there. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, thank you for joining us on a bit of an extended one, but it is the finale for the month, so that's perfectly acceptable. We have 2 votes. We both think that there is the potential for this to be a film. But now, as always, it's over to you guys. So we'll be running our poll on all the usual places. And please have your say. Tell us whether you think there's enough here to make an original film. And at the pitch meeting for next month, we will announce whether or not Stage 2 is a viable movie.
So, tell us what you think, folks.
We're going to see if we can make our own stomachs explode on popping candy. And we will see you at the beginning of April with more normal movie shenanigans.
More usual, at least.
Yes. Until then, though, have a great weekend. Have a brilliant start to next month. And we will see you next time.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Meet.
Ba 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 ba.